In this episode, we're talking about how to build the lifestyle of your dreams with real estate investing. That's the mission of this channel, to help others achieve financial freedom using the strategies that took me over 10 years and almost $1 million lost to learn. So I'm going to share with you what I consider to be the 4 levels of financial freedom and how to easily use simple PDFs, emails, and automation in the note business to build the lifestyle of your dreams. Let's get right into it. All right, it's episode number 70, August 2024. We're going to start with a monthly recap and agenda, a little bit of housekeeping. Then we're going to get into the 4 levels of financial freedom for real estate professionals. We're going to follow that up with the market and then our newest product I'm so excited to share with you, the Real Estate Wealth Accelerator. And then finally, get into a case study on a non-performing loan resolution. All right, let's start with a little housekeeping here with the Mortgage Note Investing Forum over at FIXnotes.com/forum. So definitely check that out. We've got a public forum available for everybody. You can talk about mortgage note news. You can ask questions about non-performing or reperforming note acquisitions and resolutions. We've got a whole bunch of content there already available, totally free for you, along with our free course and everything else on the FIXnotes website. So don't hesitate to check that out. And when you become a member, you get access to the private members only real estate mortgage note investing forum, where we can talk about a little bit more sensitive information because everybody in the group is under confidentiality, and there's much more content there, which we'll get into in just a minute. All right, we've also this past month did our members only call number 44, August 7th at 4 p.m. Every first Wednesday of the month, we do these calls with our Mortgage Note Mastermind members. This month, we talked about mastering sourcing and investing. We talked about win-win borrower resolutions and heard some great case studies from some of our fellow members. We also do these open office hours now every single Monday at 4 p.m. for our members. These are group consulting sessions on Zoom. You can hop in, ask questions, answer questions if you've got some experience to share. This is a great place to network, to talk to others, just really expand your business and your ability to make these non-performing loans into performing resolutions. So this was actually our biggest call yet this past Monday. In the summer months, a lot of people, of course, in the real estate lifestyle businesses that we run, we want to take time off in the summer, but people are getting back to work. All right, so I wanted to mention here again in the forum, all of those open office hour calls are recorded in Zoom, as well as AI transcripts, AI summaries of those calls. So this is really cool. If you're a member of the group, you can get access to all the previous meetings along with those AI summaries, just to make sure you can search for what you're looking for before you pull up that Zoom recording. All right, so I share this client portfolio update with you every call because I do want to make it known that I'm in the business. I'm not a guru making my money from education. Obviously, we have a membership and we have courses in a community, but 80+% of my revenue comes from managing my clients' portfolios. Our latest trade was this past May for 239 non-performing loans, almost 10 million of unpaid principal balance. And so far, in just a couple of months, we've got 9 pending loan modifications, 6 completed loan mods, 4 loans have paid off. And now we've got a total assets under management for FIXnotes clients of 368 first and second position loans. This is 123 of them being cash flowing, earning about $48,000 per month. And we've got 13.588 million of unpaid principal balance now under management. All right, let's get into next month's agenda here. Talk about what we've got in store for September. So right off the bat, the first thing here is our members only call number 45. Now, September 4th, first Wednesday of the month, 4 p.m., we get on these calls with the mastermind members. And this month, I'm really excited to be hearing from an expert in the business about market forecasting and what to expect in Q4. So every single call that we have these Monday meetings, we always get the question, what's in the crystal ball for the end of the year? And I see a good amount of volume in this business, but nothing compared to the speaker who we're bringing in for our next meeting. So very, very excited for this upcoming call. Then we've got, again, the open office hours every single Monday at 4 p.m. So join that for access to the deal flow we've got going on, the recordings, the networking. It's going to be awesome to get more people in because a rising tide here lifts all boats. And the more people that are in the group, the more deal flow, the more partnerships, the more JVs and other activity that can happen within this membership. All right, so I want to talk about this more in a little bit, but we've got our next cherry pick non-performing loan sale offering coming out in September. We're going to have at least 1 million of unpaid principal balance, first and second position residential secured nationwide inventory available to cherry pick for members of our group. So definitely hop in before September. We'll probably do first or second week. This will be released. So you can join and get access to that right off the bat. Okay, let's get into today's topic, which is real estate. Sorry, there's missing a part here, but it's 4 levels of freedom for real estate professionals. And I'm going to go through these 4 levels and explain to you how I went through these levels myself and how you can do the same, especially considering the fact that this took me over 10 years. And you can do it in a fraction of that time using everything that I've learned in the Real Estate Wealth Accelerator, which we'll talk about very shortly here. All right, so let's hop in. The first level of freedom. Well, it's not really freedom, and that's when you're on the clock. You're working for dollars. And this is how I started in the real estate business, making $15 per hour, reviewing collateral files, doing our portfolio management work, connecting with realtors and attorneys and loan servicers, and just making an hourly wage. But I knew that I wanted more than that. So I made it clear in the beginning of my career in the mortgage note space with a hedge fund in this area, I wanted to be indispensable to the team. I wanted to prove my worth, and I was confident to start accepting commissions only. And that's level 2 here. Being on commissions only gives you higher leverage and the ability of greater earnings. So that's the next level, from working on the clock to then working for the output that you generate. And for me, that was earning commissions through loan sales and loan resolutions. In many other real estate careers, commissions are a big part of that because there's transactions in this space. And when transactions happen, money's changing hands, and there's people in the middle that can make those deals happen and earn a great living, just sticking to that level 2 level of freedom. Then we've got level 3, which is actively managing your investments. This is where you're able to deploy your capital and leverage your time even greater. So this is when you can start buying mortgage notes that are cash flowing or non-performing loans that you can turn into performing assets. You can either fix and flip those loans. You can get payoffs. You can acquire properties through mortgage notes. But essentially, you're actively managing a portfolio using your own capital to generate more scale. Now, this isn't the final level though, because once you get that actively managed side of the business in place, then you're going to want to start to passively cover your lifestyle with passive income from performing deals. And this is something that a lot of my clients are already achieving because they no longer are in that transaction mode where it's feast and famine, where they want to get deals done to earn that revenue from transactions, where now they want to hold on to their assets and earn that recurring revenue, that passive income. So this is the 4th level. I would say I'm in between 3 and 4 here. I do have some passive income, but most of my investments are actively managed. And I am still earning commissions. I am still, in a way, in that level 2 because I'm a portfolio manager working for my clients. But as you move up these levels, it's really important to focus on leverage because our time is our scarcest resource. Capital is actually not as scarce of a resource as time. So if you feel the abundance of the capital that's out there, but you think in this terms of scarcity of your time, protect your time greatly, that's how you can start to move up these levels of financial freedom to eventually create the lifestyle of your dreams. And that's, again, what this channel is all about. We are democratizing the secondary mortgage market, bringing the opportunity for regular real estate investors to level up into mortgage note investing, particularly non-performing mortgage notes. And we'll hop back into that with our case study coming up soon. We're going to talk about a non-performing resolution. But before we do so, I want to share with you the Real Estate Wealth Accelerator. So this is our brand new program. This is how we can bring you from starting from scratch to creating a profitable career in the non-performing mortgage note space. So let's dig in a little bit further here and see first what is included. And the first thing is lifetime access. It's a one-time investment into the Real Estate Wealth Accelerator, and you have lifetime access to all of our foundation and masterclass series training programs. As I mentioned, it took me over 10 years to learn all of this, and I'm bringing this all to you to accelerate your career into mortgage notes as fast as humanly possible. We've got 3 courses in the foundation series. That's advanced acquisitions, advanced due diligence, and advanced resolutions. All of these courses have videos. They've got training components and Excel sheets you can download. It's all there for you. From the masterclass series next with the 90-day note investor, the sourcing secrets, mortgage note matchmaker, and complete due diligence, which is basically looking over my shoulder as I analyze a tape of hundreds of mortgage notes. And I say tape, that's just a spreadsheet of assets available for sale. But essentially, you're looking over my shoulder, following along to create your own pricing matrix so that you can start analyzing and valuing non-performing mortgage notes as well. So again, one-time investment for lifetime access to all of this training and 90 days of membership into the Mortgage Note Mastermind, which includes our monthly live expert sessions, our nationwide database of counties and states and vendors, our exclusive trade desk, the Aggregated trade desk, where we bring in industry-wide opportunities from all across the note space. I'm going to show you that in a minute. We've got all of our member presentations. Every single month we do these expert sessions, and those recordings are all available. We've got our private consulting. We've got our weekly open office hours. The list goes on. The Mortgage Note Mastermind is our flagship membership, and 90 days is included when you make that one-time investment into all of the lifetime access training programs. So that is FIXnotes.com/accelerator. Check it out. It's a 30-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. Definitely take advantage of that so you can get in there. Even if it's for 29 days just to check everything out, we can refund you 100% if it doesn't work for you, but I am confident it will because it's worked for so many of our clients already, and myself included, to take the next step in your real estate career with mortgage notes. All right, so let's get into the next piece here, which is the market. What's available, assets for sale. So as I mentioned, part of the Mortgage Note Mastermind is this, the Aggregated Trade Desk. This is one of the apps. At the top here, you'll see all of the different apps included in our portal for members. The Aggregated Trade Desk is where we have all of our deal flow aggregated across the industry. And I've actually created a Zapier flow so that every Gmail, anything that comes into my inbox in Gmail that's from a vetted seller gets pushed here immediately to the mastermind group so all the members can see what's out there available for sale today. So definitely check that out. And more importantly, the exclusive deal flow. These are from my portfolio management clients. Our next offering is coming out in September, first and second position loans. There's no minimums, they're cherry pickable, and the mastermind group has priority access to the entire portfolio. And our Note Investor Network members have access to these smaller balance, sub $5,000 UPB opportunities. So definitely check that out, coming up really soon here. So hop in with that 30-day money-back guarantee, and you'll see assets as well as all the content and networking and resources and tools and templates and everything available to you. All right, so let's dig into the case study here. That's the next step here to actually put the rubber to the road and learn about a non-performing loan modification. So this one is a non-performing second position loan secured by a single family residential property that we bought and then modified and then sold for $15,300. So let's dig in a bit more and understand the metrics here. The property value was $156,700. The senior lien, because we were in junior, second position, was $105,335. So deduct the senior lien from the fair market value, that gives us $51,365 of equity. $51,365 of equity, covering our unpaid principal balance in junior position of $17,546. So we call this full equity. There's plenty of coverage, both from the borrower's perspective, the combined loan to value, and from the investor's perspective, the invested capital to value, plenty of room. The asset is worth enough to cover everybody here. And we bought it for $9,650, which is 55 cents on the dollar. 55% of the UPB is pretty average as far as the price of quality loans like this on the marketplace. I've seen higher as much as 75, 80 cents on the dollar for non-performing loans, but on average, we're selling loans for around 52% of the unpaid principal balance when you cross all of the different qualities on an average together. So this is pretty typical. And the next three questions we asked are, what happened, where are you now, and what do you want to do? And these three questions are so important because they frame the conversation with the homeowner so that we're able to come up with a solution that fits their needs and isn't stretching their budget in a way that would eventually redefault, but essentially creating a modification for the long term. So the answers in this case, well, what happened? In this case, the borrower divorced and they were living in a half-gutted historic schoolhouse. So it's kind of an interesting situation, pretty ambitious. This borrower wanted to renovate an old schoolhouse to be their home. But after a divorce, things started to get a little more difficult. So at this point, where are they now? Well, they're a teacher, makes sense, living in a schoolhouse, and they have actually lost $2,000 to a scam contractor. So part of this process was losing money to people who were dishonest with her while she was renovating this schoolhouse. She recently reinstated the senior lien. So when we bought this loan, the first position mortgage wasn't current, but now it was. So that adds a bunch of value right off the bat. And actually, she's still working on saving some money by removing her son and her ex-husband from the health insurance policy. That'll give her a little bit of extra revenue. And then she also has a school bus on this lot that she wants to sell to pay off this loan eventually. So in this case, what does she want to do? Well, let's mod it for $200 a month. That was her first decision, to just get the loan cash flowing so that she didn't have that breathing down her neck, so that she would be able to keep the loan current. And then as soon as she was able to sell that bus, to pay off the loan. So this took 11 months from when we acquired the deal through the due diligence, the onboarding and collections. We spent about $400 in expenses, and then eventually resulted in that payoff of $15,300 when she finally sold the school bus. So we were able to start that cash flow right off the bat around $200 a month, and then eventually collect the full payoff when the funds were available from the borrower. So let's talk about a few takeaways on this one. First of all, don't wait for promised payoffs. I've made this mistake before. When somebody tells you they've got a school bus to sell and they'll pay you off as soon as it's sold, you need to get something else in place in the meantime. So the loan modification here is really important. So you want to negotiate those mods as early as possible, because if you're waiting even 30, 60 days to get a payoff, you'd have no guarantees that that payoff is coming in, and that loan is just sitting there, potentially accruing arrears, which isn't good for the borrower either. So get the mod in place to get things back on track as soon as possible. Another one here, encourage creativity by brainstorming solutions with the homeowner. So one idea here, when we're speaking with the borrower, the loan resolution specialist is the good cop, and the loan committee is the bad cop. So essentially, when you're communicating with the borrower, you're on their side. You're going to bat for them against the loan committee to try to get a deal done. So this allows you to have that positive rapport with your borrower, so you are able to start brainstorming solutions that you'll bring to the loan committee for approval. And if it's not approved, you're not the bad guy as the loan resolution specialist. You're helping the homeowner come to this resolution that works for them. Now, finally, show some sympathy. You got to build rapport and communicate in the language that they understand. And this particular homeowner was super stressed out when we first talked. So you need to respond with urgency and empathy, and make sure you understand how to communicate in a way that she knows that you've got her best interest, that you're working together to get this deal done. And what really doesn't work is when there's a disconnect there. If you're real blasé about it, not urgent, and the borrower is like really trying to get a deal done, they're not going to feel like you have their best interest. And just the same, if you're super urgent and trying to push them into a deal and they don't feel urgent about it, you're also going to have a disconnect. So match them on the level they're at and work together to come to a solution that makes sense. All right, so on this one, the internal rate of return was 63%. So that means that the purchase price then resulting in a $15,300 payoff in 11 months earned us a 63% return, and that's not including the monthly payments. So we did a real quick back of the envelope calculation for that internal rate of return, but it's actually significantly higher when you count the $200 per month that we received until that payoff came in. All right, so that is it for today's episode. Of course, tune in next time for the industry overview, the tech tips, the vendor reviews, the assets for sales, case studies every week. Of course, sometimes we do some giveaways on the Be the Bank show, last Wednesday of every single month. Always a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Leave some comments if you have any questions, and then hop into the FIXnotes forum and chat with us there to really get some answers to your pressing needs from both me and other members of the group. I love meeting you guys, so I'd be happy to chat with you over there. And in the meantime, check out FIXnotes.com/accelerator so that you can see exactly what we can do for you to take you from zero or wherever you're at to the lifestyle business of your dreams using mortgage notes, particularly non-performing mortgage notes, for a high leverage and easier way to invest in real estate. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Bye, guys.